Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is your one and only Alpha, your booster shot of inspiration. So today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, and it is about setting boundaries. This question was brought to us by one of our viewers. Is it okay to set boundaries with family? My answer to that is yes. 100% absolutely. How we can set boundaries with other people, especially with our loved ones, especially when they start to get in the way of our happiness.
I hope one day, somehow, I always will meet again. Cause I've been wondering why we still play as we were friends. I hope somehow, I always will meet again. It's time to care, we should just share love one day.
The reality of things is that sometimes it's really hard to set boundaries with our loved ones, especially with our family. We have this reflex with that we wanted to please everyone, especially our parents, our siblings, the whole family. It could be the way we were raised, cultural backgrounds, especially Filipinos. Filipinos, family is very important to them. And because of that, we always make sure to sacrifice and to give everything that we could have for them. Setting boundaries, especially with women, is really difficult because we are raised and conditioned to always give without even realizing that we overextend ourselves and finding ourselves empty in the end. The biggest important thing that you can do is to communicate. I would like for you guys to realize that your needs is just as important as them, and therefore your needs required to be addressed to. Sometimes it's hard to do that with our family member because you're so scared that we end up hurting them and then we don't want to offend them. You kind of feel guilty of not being able to give that help. You just do it anyway because you don't want to carry that guilt with you, even though you put yourself aside. Is it healthy? No, not necessarily, because when you keep on doing that, you don't set a boundary, which means you overexhaust yourself. And then putting your needs the last sometimes do have a severe implication to your overall being. It could be your health, resources, and even your sanity, to be honest. Your needs are just important. Everyone's needs are just as valid as everyone else. Second thing is that be firm. Be firm in making those demands to your family members. Being firm, it's not about lashing out on anger or being condescending to your family member. Just like telling no is a no. And that's where it ends. And if you tell your family member, I couldn't give this to you right now because of the situation, then that should be where it ends. Be firm, but be kind. Another thing that you should consider is be realistic with your expectation. Okay, let's say, for example, if you're invited to go to a family gathering and you know for a fact that you're going to be confronted with people that you really don't like, or the family member who always puts you down, make you feel bad, then what's the point of you going there? It's okay to say no. You're not obligated to go there all the time. And if your parents say, well, you're obligated, it's a family tradition, I understand. Is it an obligation for them to belittle you all the time or to make you feel bad all the time? I'm sorry, it goes both ways. So therefore, the rule will have to be made. So set yourself on that parameter to protect your space, not to allow other people anymore to hurt you or make you feel bad. Always make sure that you create that safe space, that safe bubble around you. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to actually set your boundaries and say this is where it ends. If they can so casually able to talk to you like that and belittle you and make you feel bad, then why can't you set that parameter? You can call that shots too, right? Also, another thing, I'd like you guys to remember that it's okay to walk away from things that doesn't serve you anymore. It saps your energy. They're like energy vampires. Then you're allowed to walk away. Maybe by doing so, they'll understand. For them to reflect and ask themselves, what have I done? And if it doesn't register, if it didn't click on them, then maybe, they needed to grow. It doesn't mean it's going to be forever. You're allowed to have a temporary break, okay? You owe it to yourself. Use your voice. Communicate. Express to them how you feel. Do not tolerate things that doesn't serve you. Don't tolerate people belittle you. Don't tolerate people when they make you feel less of yourselves and take all of your resources. That's your power. Last thing that you gotta have to remember is that keep in mind that you are in charge of what you can and you cannot do. Don't let the energy vampires zap that energy away from you and let the negativity control you. You are stronger than that. When you be direct to the other person, especially with our family members, they would realize that they can't cross that line anymore because a certain level of respect has been established. By doing so, you're actually addressing yourself. You're becoming assertive. When you become assertive, you stand up for yourself. You're no longer being ridiculed. You're going to be respected because you established that boundary right from the get-go that you are not this person that they can walk on all the time, because you've set ground rules that this is how it's going to be. Yes, I am your family member, but also I have needs and I call the shots on what I can and cannot do as a family member. And you guys should respect that because that goes both ways. Sometimes you need to be in that situation. You need to be uncomfortable. You need to be in a most vulnerable situation in order for you to grow. Being vulnerable and acknowledging your emotion that you're hurt, that you no longer want to feel this way, that you don't tolerate their behavior is okay. Okay, so that's it for today. I really appreciate your time. Once again, if you do have a question, please don't hesitate. Until next time, bye for now.